Hi guys, je m'appelle Nadine. Je suis nigérienne. Je suis femme. J'habite à Oman. It shocked you, Abby. It shocked me too. Guys, I'm in the French academy, so you don't blame me. They say when you go to Rome, you behave like the Romans. So I'm in a French academy, so I mean, of course. Today, I am with a French guru. I call her Auntie Chigo, but she is popularly known as Mademoiselle Chigo because she is a French tutor. Welcome to the show, Mademoiselle Chigo.
Thank you, Bernie.
Okay, guys, today we are going to talk about one topic that everybody wants to hear: French language, a gateway to international relevance, and JAPA. You see JAPA?
Very important.
Even
Very
me,
important
even
right
me,
now.
self, I want to listen to this topic. Okay, so Mademoiselle Chiga is going to educate us on the relevance of knowing French language and how far it can take you.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
I am Udeichi Gozirim,
Okay.
the Creative Academic Director of Liberty Lasso here in Umuahia.
Okay.
I like that topic because a lot of people ask, why should I learn French? Why do I need to do this? Why do I need to do that? It's so tedious. Why do I need to learn French? I tell people language rules the world. Your ability to communicate to the next person helps you do whatever you want to do or get whatever you want to get from them. Now, you cannot talk of international relevance if you do not speak the language of the world.
Okay.
Okay, so why I can communicate with you and communicate with the audience is because I can speak English. Now, we do not just have English people in the world, we have people who speak other languages. As a Nigerian, we are bordered by French countries, so we have the sub-Saharan trade, right? And so, as a businessman, and you have a French customer, you're not going to tell him, Monsieur, I don't speak French, so we can't do business. So most times, if you look at a lot of products in Nigeria, you will see that there's the English version and there's usually the French version.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to be able to communicate irrespective of where you are. And now I am concentrating more on children because I want children to have that early background in language learning.
Okay.
Instead of waiting till they are older and have to fight.
And it even be more difficult then to even learn. Yeah.
It's easier to learn languages for children.
Yeah,
and it's not when you're older, you're battling with
so many
fees,
problems.
You're battling with your house rent. It's a little bit tedious when you have to learn a language with other things going on in your life. So for children, it's easier and it's better right now because there are certifications for children.
Oh,
nice.
nice.
So as early as 10 years, your child has the ability to have a diploma if you're very serious in French. Now,
that's nice. The catch?
That diploma comes from France itself.
Really?
Yes.
I want to ask you something. I feel just lie, say I be child. They do conference. They do conference.
You know, for every French exam, there's the oral, there's the written, there's the listening.
Oh. So they will catch
which
me.
Which one are you going to learn?
They will catch me from my voice.
Which one are you going to learn? The good thing is this, we have centers around us. We have one in Enugu, we have one in Otava.
Okay.
Where children can easily learn here and then go take the examinations. We register them for the examinations, they take the examinations, and within a short while, their certificates come out. Now.
So how long, like, how the children you've taught, how long did it take them to learn this language?
Okay, so I found out something.
Okay.
A school administrator walked up to me and said, Auntie Chico, our students have been learning French for a long while, but they are not speaking.
Okay.
Now, it's based on the curriculum they are working with. So what we intend to do with children is have a fan club.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, where children can learn to speak aside learning the grammar. Remember, oral French is different from written French.
Are you serious? Now they hear this one.
Truly, oral French is different from written French. So
Okay.
children are taught to identify things,
Mm.
but not taught to string them together to make simple, correct
Okay.
sentences. And that's why when you listen, you hear things, but you may not be able to write them. So the school is teaching you to identify these things, to be able to write them, but most schools do not use audiovisual materials where these
Okay. Like
children
a language laboratory, something like that.
exactly, and
Okay.
then these children are not made to speak. Now there are different levels of proficiency. So there are levels that has to do with you talking about everyday things, and then you continue to advance. Now, what the school does is they arm them with grammar.
Okay.
Okay, so I know that I am a boy,
Mm.
and then I'm saying I am a boy with my Igbo intonation
Mm.
because I'm a Nigerian.
Of course.
Instead of listening to the correct
Correct
way of
pronunciation. Yeah.
pronouncing these things. Another thing we have is a lot of people did
Mm.
not study. So a lot of people just go and pick up somebody who I can speak French.
Mm.
So it depends on where you learned your French. It's just like you going to learn Igbo from somebody from Anambra who did not study Igbo. You're going to learn the person's dialect
Dialect, of course.
and not the correct way of pronouncing things.
Yeah.
So what we do here is we teach children the correct pronunciation, make them speak, apart
Mm.
from being able to identify what certain things are, so
Mm.
they can hold simple, correct
Correct.
conversation on things that happen every day.
Okay, so is there an age bracket of children that come here, or it's just
No, there are
mm.
different classes.
Oh, okay,
So
okay,
what we do is we run a beginner course for
okay,
children.
okay.
That way they are able to identify and then speak simple, correct.
But adults come here too.
Yes, we have classes for adults. So we
Okay,
have basic, we have intermediate. And then we also offer preparatory classes for TEF.
okay.
When you hear JAPA,
Yeah.
your mind should go to TEF.
Mm.
So the exam for Canadian permanent residency
Mm.
is TEF.
Mm.
We also have other examinations. We have DELF.
Okay.
Now, the good thing is this DELF is divided into different levels. So you have Add-on, Added, Day On, Bedo,
Wahala.
Say On, and Say. So once you get to
Okay.
Bedo level, we have
Okay.
intermediate proficiency. You can take your TEF and you will excel. And then you have your Canada PR. So it's when
That
you write
part,
your
that part
TEF,
is sweet.
yes, you have to get to Bedo level, right? And then you take your TEF. Once you write your TEF, this is how you jump into the pool.
This French part they plan to learn, no easy. Oh. But
No.
I think with your help, it's going to be a lot more easier because even with these things you're saying, now, I'm already enjoying the class, even when I'm not in the class. Okay. I also learned you do classes for international students too.
Yes, we have
Okay.
online classes for international students. Like
Okay.
I said earlier,
Mm.
oral French is different from written French. Yeah?
Mm.
So it depends on what you want to use it
Mm.
for. A lot of people want to use French for communication purposes. So when
Mm.
you're using French for communication purposes, you're building your vocabulary, you're building your pronunciation,
Mm.
following the rules, the
Mm.
correct rules of pronunciation. But then when you're writing an examination,
Mm.
we pay attention to grammar, your spellings. Do you understand? So
Yeah.
it's a totally different
Ball
ball
game.
game.
Yeah.
So a lot of people who are outside want to learn the grammar, the correct grammar. And every day online somebody will say am.
The
You know the
French.
difference between I am and am. We are
Mm,
always
yes,
confusing.
of course.
It is in grammar you learn which to use. You learn the parts of speech and their functions in your sentence structure.
Hmm.
So when somebody says something that is not correct,
You
you're
would
able
know,
to
yes, to know that this,
identify.
yes. Now, a lot of people would say, especially adults, they would say, "Ah, French. How will I learn French?" Now we're talking about the international relevance of French and JAPA. So please, can you throw more light on the relevance of French internationally?
Okay, French is a language that is very strong internationally. It's one of the top languages that are learned. Yeah. And if you must do international business,
Hmm. That
you should
business,
you
business is very
so
important.
if you must do international business, you
Mm.
must at least know a foreign language.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm.
So it's easier. French is easier to learn because we
Oh,
are bothered by
by them,
French.
yeah.
And one thing a lot of people forget is that French is the second official language of Nigeria. We forget
That's
that.
true. That's true.
It is the second official language. Now, when you look at job applications, job vacancies, you
Mm.
always see it. Knowledge of an international language added advantage. So we're in a very competitive world.
Mm.
Well, make yourself be at a discredit.
Yes.
So if you must compete internationally, you should be able to be armed with a language in which you can converse with people.
Mm. Okay, so your class, does it run from morning till evening, or do you have a specific time that you do this
Okay,
classes?
so
Yeah.
we run weekend classes.
Okay.
We run 9 to 11. You know, we like parties in Nigeria. So at least by 11, you will
Okay.
meet up with the O1 bearers.
Mm.
So we have a 9 to 11 class. We have another class 11 to 1. We
Okay.
have another class from 2 to 4. So our classes are Saturdays and Sundays. We
Okay.
have the grammar class, and then we have the conversation class. So you're learning the correct grammar on Saturday.
Mm.
On Sunday, you're coming to speak
Speak
what
what
you
you've
learned.
learned. Okay. So
Uh,
now the children, how do you handle them?
the children is
Mm.
just Saturday, and we have a teacher, a very competent teacher, who
Mm.
takes the children.
Okay.
Sometimes I take them when I can, but you know the highs and lows of going from advanced French
So,
to basic French and all of
mm.
that, it can be too much for a person. So we have people handling the children.
So what advice are you giving to parents who are still not believing that their children should learn another language, especially French?
Number one, a lot of children look forward to studying abroad. Now we have gone beyond where we say, I'm not sending my child abroad. Everybody's looking for a way out of the country. Give your
Mm.
child that advantage. If you're writing an international examination, if you're going to study in a French speaking country, your ability to communicate is an added advantage.
Mm.
You know, when you're thrown into a place and you cannot communicate, there's a feeling of detachment. You
Yeah.
cannot easily fit in. If somebody does not speak English in the international scene, the person will speak French or at least have an idea. Okay,
Mm.
so that is one. Number two, a lot of us are fighting with certifications, different certifications. Why not give your child the advantage of having a certification at the age of 10? So I tell people something.
I mean, you said they can have a diploma at 10.
Yes, that's my
That's
first
nice.
diploma in French. You know, I tell people something. Um, a lot of information is hidden in what we cannot read, especially in languages we cannot read.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, if I put a document here in French and you cannot read it, no matter what I've written there, even if it is going to keep you in danger,
Mm. You will not know.
you will not.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when Niger and France had that their loggerheads and all of that,
Yeah.
and a lot of people would send me things and say, "Auntie Chico, what are they saying? What is in the news?" And I'll be like, "If you had come to my class,
Class.
by now you would
Of
be asking
course.
me." And you know, they'll say there was a time they saw some governors at Gabon, this and that,
Mm.
and everybody quickly said, "Auntie Chico, what's going on? What's going on?" Why don't you know? Why? You know, these are the things. Even
Yeah.
in literature,
Mm.
a lot of things are embedded in codes, and most of these codes are languages. Why are they codes? They are languages you just do not understand.
Of course.
So these are the things. Another thing you should look at is your security. Unfortunately, our borders are porous.
Very, very porous. Yeah.
So somebody might be trying to send you a signal and you just can't get it because you do not even know what they are
You're
saying.
talking about, yeah.
So somebody's telling you run right, and you're probably like, hi. Like, what did you say? Okay, most recently, somebody sent me a video of people who were trying to find their way in Ivory Coast
Okay.
during the course of the AFCON.
Mm.
And it was funny because they were trying to tell the driver where they were going. The driver is telling them, I don't hear what you're saying. And they're like,
Are you
we only
serious?
speak English. And the driver is saying, I don't understand.
Man.
So a lot of us, if the driver is a terrible person and wants to take them for evil or to do something crazy, come to think of it, how do they explain what is going on?
Of course. Another thing, the JAPA aspect, as everybody wants to now. What advice are you giving to the youths? Okay, you're saying if you learn French, at least it's going to give you an advantage over someone that does not know French.
Yes, Canada is very particular about people learning their language. France is also very particular about people being able to communicate.
Mm.
If you go to France and you speak English, I'm sorry, whatever happens to you, you're on your own. They are no.
Are
They
you
don't want to.
serious?
They want to hear you try. It's a bit disrespectful coming to a place and not even knowing a basic thing. And remember, we have a lot of countries that speak French.
So you see, guys, we will not be French. We are in trouble. You see why I said I am going to learn this French. You see this French, I am going to learn it. And others that are listening to us right now, you need to know French. I mean, even the products we buy,
Mhm.
most of their contents
Yeah,
are written in French.
yeah. You always see French, and a lot of us are not careful about the products we buy. We do not read their content. If it's harmful, you do not read.
Because I can remember then the little basic French that I know from secondary school. So then if I get any product, I turn the back, I'll just be feeling myself that I know that this one is oil, this one is this one is that. It gives you joy to know that I can actually know something about a language that is not my language. So guys, I don't even know how to preach this enough, that you really need to learn this language, because now a lot of people want to JAPA, but only English language. I mean, there are 1,001 of you out there that wants to JAPA too, and they know English. So the thing that will only place you above others is
Definitely.
if you have something else
To offer.
to offer.
And your ability to communicate. If you're a doctor and I tell you I have stomach pain in French and you do not understand, how are you going to treat me?
Exactly.
So you're a mechanic, I'm trying to tell you that you're a mechanic probably in Quebec, and I'm trying to tell you something's wrong with my car. So it's more of our ability to communicate, and there is no way you do not use communication.
And as she said, French is very easy to learn. So you see, it won't even take you time to learn the language. And the academy is in Omaha here. So you don't even need to travel. And she even does online classes. So it's even very easy. You can still be in Omaha and still do an online class if you don't have time.
Lots of students from Umuahia. But
Okay.
our office is here at Road 1, number 1, Road 1. You see
Okay.
our banner outside. Please come and join us. It's always beautiful to have people come. And we'll be going to schools. Yeah, this year we're going to be going to schools.
Woo!
So we're coming to your schools to create clubs, French clubs, to help
Okay.
the children speak. Yes, we know they are doing grammar, but let's augment on that. And I'm sure a lot of people will be joining our French club.
Yeah, sure. So thank you so much for gracing this episode. And I hope you've learned that you need to learn French. I don't know how to talk, but sha, Mademoiselle Chico, je suis à la, allez-vous. You get it?
Well,
If you don't get it, forget about it.
I'm not going to forget about it.
All right, guys. See you in the next show. Bye bye.